At forward, 6'11", number 34, the Green Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Glad to have you along. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Ali LaForce. And here's a look at some numbers for Cole Anthony.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got George. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's the captain in at the power forward position. And for the Bucks, at the forward spots, we'll see Kuzma and Giannis. Gary Trent is out there with Anthony. And it's Turner in at the center spot. And coming into this game, Grant, is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, B.A., this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Defense right on him. Trent, the pass to Antetokounmpo. It's tipped! And that'll be Milwaukee's ball as it goes out of bounds. Bucks able to keep the possession. To Kuzma, 6 to shoot. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And Grant, for everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
And you know, he hasn't had to, B.A. You want him inside, hitting on those high percentages, shutting down the lane defensively, and, of course, controlling the boards.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him 3 points at the line. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific game against Cleveland.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Embiid, a screen on Antetokounmpo. The captain, that's good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Pass to Trent. Kuzma outside. Anthony against Maxey. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. The captain, pass to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Now, I understand he's a large human, but the defense has to be better. You can't let Embiid get whatever he wants inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Grimes pulls it down.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
George outside. Drops in the 3.
You can't lose track of PG. He is a lethal catch-and-shoot option.
Trent outside. Turner against Embiid. Pass to Kuzma. Over George. George with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Kuzma. McCain's checked in for Grimes.
Number 20, McCain.
And here are the 76ers. They're on an 11-2 run. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks making one of the most surprising moves of the summer, waiving and stretching to over $113 million owed to Damian Lillard, and then signing the starting center of their arch rival Pacers in Miles Turner. A bold move to say the least, but they feel he's the perfect addition.
A two-way talent. All right, Shams, thanks very much. And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. The 76ers in second.
When it comes to transition play, this team outperforms most others. They've got a lot of speedy players, and they use them well.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Kuzma outside. Pass to Anthony.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Going inside, here's Antetokounmpo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Got to appreciate the decisiveness of Giannis. Rolling with purpose after setting the screen.
The Bucks trail by 8. Trent from long range. The rebound by Embiid.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's the captain. Oh, he just jams it right over Miles Turner.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Catching up on the changes for Milwaukee. Prince comes in for Trent. And it's Porter Jr. in for Anthony. Lowry, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Now here's Turner. No points so far. Porter, the pass to Kuzma. Outside Porter. Six on the shot clock. The 15-footer. The shot, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Brian, back to you.
Leveraging that tall timber. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. And he converts the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
The captain, that's good.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Now here's Kuzma. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Let's go with a 3. No good. The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Sixers ahead. They lead by 12. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Boy, the 76ers at the top of their game, huh?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Philadelphia leading by 12. So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Andre Drummond is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Jared McCain. Then it's Maxey. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. Milwaukee shooting just 31% in today's game. Not great. Well, the rise of Tyrese Maxey has been fun. What do you think makes him such an exciting player, RJ?
Oh, it's his speed and tenacity for sure. He might be the quickest guard in the league right now. And in addition, he's also become an absolute knockdown shooter.
So it's Philadelphia now, after the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago.
A welcome sign for this team. Simmons taking it himself. They want to be more selfish.
Porter against Maxey. It's stolen by Maxey. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. And slam dunk by Simmons.
As a scorer, Simmons' best work comes right at the rim.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Making some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Sims. Trent comes in for Green. And Anthony subbed in for Prince. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Give him 8. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sixers. And a nice opportunity now to see who's hitting threes at the highest rate. Number 1, Kelly Oubre.
He's the shooter that defenses 100% have to go out and guard.
Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. And seeing this team right now is a problem. They've got 14 consecutive victories.
Yeah, not very often you see a team that's got the juice flowing like these guys. They've got the right attitude, the right team-focused basketball to win against just about anyone. Going to be interesting to see who and how this stretch comes to an end.
RJ, it was a wild year in Philadelphia. They used 30 players last season.
Third most for a team in league history. They set a record for different starting lineups with over 50. Yes, 50 combinations. They're hoping for a little bit more consistency this year.
And here's Milwaukee now, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Outside Porter. They need this. And then Porter with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the ups on Porter. Leaping off the floor and playing over the defense.
Pass to Simmons. Here's the captain. Nails it from 3. The captain's got 21 points in the game.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Anthony, the pass to Portis. It's stolen by Drummond. Oh, there's the alley! And the jam by Drummond.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
The Bucks have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. From the line, and the Bucks getting another bucket right there.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Kuzma comes in for Porter Jr. Philadelphia also making some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. McCain comes in for Oubre. And it's Lowry in for Simmons. Here's the captain. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 10 points for him. Oh, he drains it. His 6th making 9 tries so far.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
All right, Richard, what's something we often see in the second game of a back-to-back?
A lot of times you see tired players, but that's part of it. Can you play through that fatigue? That's a big portion of being an NBA player.
Here's Anthony, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Antetokounmpo, left side, pass to Turner. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Turner's got his first points in this one.
Hey, when you're as big as a guy like Turner, that's what you're supposed to do. Attack in the painted area.
Here's the captain. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Trent. His last outing, he had 18 points. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And we know how loyal Giannis is to Milwaukee. but trade rumors continue.
Yeah, it's just the reality when you have a superstar player but not much of a title shot. The sense is Giannis deserves to make another run at it somewhere.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. George, he's checked in for McCain, and it's Maxey in for Lowry. Here's the captain. He has 29 now. Screen by Embiid. Here's the captain. Off target with the three. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Kuzma is just so much fun to watch take off like that. The power is unmatched.
And the ball out of play. The Bucks will have it. Maxey against Anthony. With 1 on the clock. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so it's Philadelphia. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for joining us for this fun-filled burst of basketball bliss. We kick off tonight's show with the power rankings across the league.
A look here now at the 76ers. They're on a mission, you can tell. They came into the season locked and loaded, making a statement here early on, Ernie.
Still a lot of season left, but you couldn't ask for a better start from them. Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Milwaukee Bucks.
If you can't stop anybody, you can't win. It's just that simple.
Yeah, the game's been completely one-sided, and we promised our viewers a good contest. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second-half action with Brian Anderson and company.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Sixers lead by 21. Trent Jr. and Kuzma on the wings. Inside, they have Giannis and Turner, and it's Anthony in at the point. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
On defense, the Bucks. Here's the captain. No good with the triple. To the paint. Here's Trent. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's the captain. He drops it from range. The captain's got 32 points.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's George. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Here's the captain. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to Trent. There's the triple. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Trent's got 7.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. Taking a look at Philadelphia, they love where they stand right now. First place. And, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks. 8.5 games behind.
I think for the Bucks, they've had that kind of mixed start that we've come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of special season.
They do look like they're the same kind of team they were last year. Good, but not special.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game. He said, quote, "I never initiate my offense from the high post, but Doc told me that you can be very effective there. It's hard for people to show a crowd, and you're one step closer to the basket. I plan to stay there for the rest of my career." Guys?
A new wrinkle. Okay, Allie, good stuff.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Embiid. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Turner, uneasy 2 on the layup.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. For 3, George connects from downtown. George has got his second bucket of the night.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Anthony outside. Here's Turner. Embiid with a steal. Here's the captain. Good on the shot. The captain's got 40 points.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. No good from outside.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good. He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Now here's Trent. 7 points in the game. Will it go? And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, and this speaks to how strong Giannis is. Able to still convert despite the physical defense.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Porter Jr.'s checked in.
Oh, my goodness.
How
Wow.
about that?
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 14, and Giannis throws it down.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Here's McCain. Takes a 3. Good! Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Here's Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Lowry. And now the Sixers on the break.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
44 seconds left to play in the third. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Porter. Back to Antetokounmpo. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Turner finds Trent. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by Philadelphia. The captain's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
For 3. Oh, connects again.
Once again, he hits the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He just keeps delivering.
And I can't believe he has matched Kobe's 10 games of 50 points. It just shows the level of greatness we are witnessing this season.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And he definitely deserves the award. reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Well, when you think about how the game has evolved in recent years, RJ, the role of the big man might have changed the most.
Who knew threes and assists would become a key stat for 7-footers? But I will say, size helps. You cannot teach tall.
On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. Ben Simmons is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then there's Jared McCain. And it's Lowry in at the point guard position. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter. And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Antetokounmpo against Simmons. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Now a timeout called by Philadelphia. The 76ers making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
Now Philadelphia with it. Pass to Edgecombe. Out to the wing. Misses the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, what a sweet move from Giannis. Just breaking down the defense there.
Drummond to screen on Antetokounmpo. Good. He hits again.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. About a minute and a half into the 4th now. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And again for 3.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on. And he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Here's the captain. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Throw it down.
Come on. Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's Porter with the ball for the Bucks. Well, you want officials to get the calls right, but for video review, maybe institute a 2-minute time limit, you think?
Oh, I would love a good 2-minute time limit, but the worst thing to do would be to go to a 2-minute time limit and then have them not get it right. Then you wasted all that time for nothing.
Here's the captain. He's guarded by Porter. And another one!
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now second in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal, night in, night out. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
When Giannis starts to drive, the defense knows it's in trouble. He powers right through them.
Drummond, the screen on Antetokounmpo, the captain. Oh, a big slam right on Bobby Portis. Oh, man.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Green, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Green. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. The 3 from Edgecombe. Knocks it down from distance. Edgecombe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the 76ers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely...
Connects again from distance.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been. Antetokounmpo, right side, outside for Green. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so here is Philadelphia. Soft touch off the glass.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Porter's shot is off. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend. They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Rebound, Milwaukee. And here is Antetokounmpo. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And now our player of the game.
A Sunday afternoon with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We take a look at the 76ers. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Heat just way behind.
And I think for the 76ers, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, the post tandem, Adebayo and Ware. Mitchell is out there with Wiggins, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, we've got Tyrese Maxey, the captain out there with Embiid. Then it's George, and it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. Just 5 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Again, Mitchell missing. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer, they went out and got just that. Acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A terrific addition. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. Left side, George. It's over Powell, and it falls over the rim and in.
And George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot player. Measuring the shot before receiving the pass, you can't guard that.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Ware with it, guarded by Embiid. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Grimes passes to Maxey. Tarlock hits it from three-point range. The captain's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And here are the 76ers now. After Norman Powell missed from long range.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's the Heat with the ball. 8-point game. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
He's checked in for Philadelphia. We have the first leg of the NBA season, Greg, now behind us. The standings starting to come into shape.
Yeah, right now is when you can make sense of wins and losses. Who you play matters so much early on, but things have started here to balance out.
Mitchell passes to Powell. For the three. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
The captain passes to Embiid, and they double up Embiid. And it's blocked. Wiggins against Lowry. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now here's Powell. He has yet to score. Pass to Wiggins. Mitchell wide open. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
And the Heat call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A different look for Miami. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Bam Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Rozier in for Mitchell. Pass to Jovic. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. And Miami making a change here.
Miami substitution. Fontecchio. Larson.
46 seconds left to play here in the first. And the basket by Rozier.
Challenging the interior of that defense. Nice take by Rozier.
Here's Tarlock. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. The captain's got 8.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Jaquez outside. Lowry against Rozier. Pass to Jovic. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 14. Here's Tarlock. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Rozier, the pass to Fonjecchio. Outside Rozier. Got it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
They've got Simmons.
Whoa! Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. So Rozier will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 18. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the first of four played at home for them. 6 to shoot. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Oubre kicks to Simmons. It's good. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And I feel like we see this all too often. Injuries, they play such a big part of the game.
Yeah, these kind of things really test your depth. Hopefully, it's not too serious.
The 76ers making a switch here. Grimes is checked in. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number one in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Kevin?
Good priority. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Philadelphia leading by 20. And Terry Rozier, a combustible scorer coach who competes on the defensive end of the floor as well.
Great point, Kevin. I mean, Terry Rozier really made his career at the defensive end of the floor. He developed as an offensive player over time in the league, but he made his name and got his playing time based on what he did defensively.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Clock at 6. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the 76ers with some changes. The captain's checked in for Lowry. George comes in for Quentin Grimes. And Jared McCain subbed in for Maxey. And Miami also making a switch. Ware's checked in. Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on Bam Adebayo. Hey, Allie, what are they telling you?
Hey there, I was able to talk with Miami's head athletic trainer about his status. There's some pain in the chest area, especially when breathing. Right now, it's being called a bruise. Nobody wants an injury, especially this early in the season, but the good news, he's been cleared by the training staff to play through it. Guys?
Allie, thanks as always.
Well, look, injuries take a mental toll as well. These guys all want to be contributing to the best of their ability. It's tough to sit out and watch.
And that one is hammered home.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. He's fantastic at sensing when one of his guys has got some freedom.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago. Wiggins surveying the floor. There's a good screen. Has to Ware. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got his 5th rebound in this one. 1:39 left to play in the first half. Here's Jovic. Wiggins right side. Powell outside. Steps back and fires. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Powell's got his first 2 points. The 76ers leading by 18. There's the 3. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Miami. You have to like what we're seeing from the captain.
Well, I'd think about throwing something new at him. Maybe bring another defender, force the ball out of his hands.
Grimes is checked in for the 76ers. Maxey comes in for Ben Simmons. Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. And 1:01 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Powell, trying to find Ware, and gets it to him. Good D by Embiid.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The captain, no good. The Heat trail by 21. Powell dishes to Mitchell. Now here's Adebayo. And that one drops for him. Adebayo's got his second bucket.
Well, that's his comfort zone. That's where he lives. Adebayo's so strong in the paint.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Adebayo. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Adebayo's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Not sure any run of games feel comfortable, but this might be as close as you can get. They're at home against teams that they can clearly beat. This is a great opportunity for them to stack up some W's.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Philadelphia 76ers.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely humming.
Kenny, don't ever do that again. Any kind of humming, singing, or harmonizing. You leave that to the real artists, okay? What'd I just say?
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with Kelly Oubre. What's the status, Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the 76ers let me know the status. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. His return to the court won't happen tonight, and likely not for a while after that. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update.
Yeah, so much changes around the league year to year, but the danger and impact of injury remains largely the same. It's not enough to be good. You gotta be lucky, too.
On the court for the Heat, the post tandem, Adebayo and Ware. Mitchell is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Powell in at the 3. Philadelphia with the ball. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go. Jones with the bucket. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, a lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Guys?
All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And stolen by Maxey. Embiid finds Grimes. And they double up Embiid. Here's the captain. He's got 24. Sinks the three-pointer. The captain's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Ben Simmons comes in for George. Jared McCain's checked in for Quentin Grimes. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Maxey. Heat also with the sub. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Powell. And again, it's the Heat missing.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Over in the corner, Jaquez. Here's Adebayo. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Well, that's a big body to mess with. Drummond's a handful.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game. And both free throws good for Drummond. Will stand one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things. And a lot of times, those foul baiters end up taking bad shots.
So it's Miami now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Mitchell finds Ware. Now Wiggins. Over McCain. And it's Wiggins missing. The 76ers have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Ware stolen. In the corner, it's McCain. It's good from long range. McCain's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Wiggins up top. McCain defending. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Mitchell. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Lowry from outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding an unbelievable lead as the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Lowry out there with Jared McCain. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Well, what I like about Powell is that he takes what's available. When you give him these mid-range J's, he's more than happy to fire away.
And the 76ers call time here. The 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Lowry. The captain comes in for Gordon. And Georgia subbed in for Jared McCain. Drummond, a screen, fires away from outside. The long-distance 3 is buried. 33 points for the captain.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Powell, no one around him. Money from the wing.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
The captain with the bucket. And now that's 35 points for the captain.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Powell for 3. Good on the triple.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3. But now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Here's Tarlock. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Powell outside. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Rozier, the pass to Jaquez. Here's Powell. Makes it off the glass. Powell's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
And Simmons slams it in.
Authoritative move by Simmons, throwing it down on the defense.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Jaquez. Here's Jovic, defended by Drummond. Powell outside. Another miss by Powell. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Good! Another from three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And so Powell will bring it up for the Heat.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To the right side. Rozier against Simmons. And stolen by Drummond. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Bonus checked in. Gordon comes in for Embiid. Jared McCain's checked in for George. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Ben Simmons. There's the pick. Powell kicks to Ware. The kick out to Adebayo. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. .130 left in the game. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Mitchell.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the captain.
Well, his triple-double stat line is evidence of his impact on this game. He was affecting play at all times.
Pass to Ware. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Kyle Lowry.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it...
And good! He hits it again.
Another 50-point game from him, and he is now third in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You know, G.A., you can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, game in and game out.
His play this season has moved him past Kobe. Yes, Kobe being Bryant for most 50-point games in a season. I can still remember that incredible 2007 year for Kobe, and that has been bested.
The contest plus the board. A full defensive possession from him. Great effort.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
Joel, we've heard critics in the past question your level of conditioning. How do you answer those critics?
You know, I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing this year, and I've been healthy, and I haven't been injured, and I'm going to try to keep that. I'm trying to keep that way. So
we'll stay locked in and wishing you the best health. Thanks, Joel.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, the captain.
everyone, and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with extra importance. This is Game 3 of the NBA Cup, a vital group stage contest. I'm Brian Anderson, courtside, along with Grant Hill and Tim Legler. Allie LaForce will be joining us in just a moment. And now let's see how teams compare in the early going with a look at the power rankings. You look at the Thunder, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Well, right now for the 76ers, they're the best team in the league. No surprise at all. I mean, they have the talent. They will be a factor in the title race.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Suggs and Bane team up as the backcourt. And it's Wagner in at the 3. And for Philadelphia, Maxey out there with Quentin Grimes. And there's George, then it's Joel Embiid, and it's the captain in at the 4. Taking a look at Philadelphia, they've got a lot going for them in the NBA Cup. A 2-0 record, plus home court advantage tonight.
Well, they're in the driver's seat. A perfect record and some home cooking. Tonight is about taking advantage of this situation and taking a big step toward the knockout round.
And now, checking out how Orlando is doing. After splitting the first 2 games of the NBA Cup, they come into this one seeking a much-needed win on the road.
Yeah, and it won't be easy, but I think they're up for the challenge. They know they have to bring their A game here tonight.
Here's Bane. Following that last 3-pointer by Philadelphia. Pass to Suggs. 5 on the clock. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Now here's Embiid. Right now averaging 5.5 a game.
Well, that is nice touch and confidence on the mid-range from Embiid.
Wagner outside. Shoots over George, and it's Wagner missing. Now Philadelphia with it. Boy, this team is on a heater right now. 16 wins in a row, and they've shown no signs of slowing down.
And it has been a lot of fun to watch these guys. It looks like every team they face is trying to end this big run. I've been on both sides of a game like tonight, and I'll tell you, it is tough to keep a streak going. There's a lot of pressure.
And Orlando has possession following that last 3-pointer by Philadelphia. And it's Wagner missing. The 76ers have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Embiid. Here's the captain. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. The captain's got 6.
I just love the ball move.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, thanks. Paolo Banchero, the 3rd player aged 22 and younger to amass 4,000 points, 1,300 rebounds, and 900 assists through their first 3 NBA seasons. The other 2, LeBron James and Luka Doncic. The Magic have rewarded him with the richest contract in franchise history, 5 years and $239 million. Guys, he is a high-value talent.
A star on the rise. Shams, appreciate the report. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. Well, granted, 6'10", 250. Banchero is a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah, B.A., he has a great handle, which allows him to get wherever he wants on the floor. And the vision to create for his teammates, too. But if you put a smaller guy on him, he plays bully ball.
First free throw is good.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Lowry's checked in. And a change for the Magic. Black's checked in. The 76ers have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Give him 8 points now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Now here's Banchero. Kicks it out to Bane. Launches it. They get it back. The Sixers lead by 5. Maxey passes to the captain. Knocks down the triple. The captain's got 11 points.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Jamal Mosley is doing a tremendous job for the Magic, and the players gravitate to his approach. He said, quote, Coaching is teaching, and you can't teach yelling and screaming and hollering. You teach with communication and positivity, because that's how I think a lot of these guys will actually register it. Guys, back to you.
A new school approach. Thank you, Allie.
Using all of that size to create leverage and rip down that board.
George for three, and the 76ers another three.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the Sixers.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
Orlando making some changes. Batase's checked in for Carter, and it's Mo Wagner in for Paolo Banchero. Here's Wagner. He played a great game against Boston. Black outside. And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
54 seconds left to play in the first.
And so far, they've done a great job of preventing points in the paint.
Here's Edwards. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Wagner. The three. Orlando again missing.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Magic trail by 9. Bain finds Batase. Outside Bain. Now here's Black. Jacks up a three. And no good. And so it's Philadelphia with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Philadelphia.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. They've got Wagner, Anthony Black out there with Tyus Jones. Then there's Wagner, and it's Batase in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Yeah, just quick and crafty. Maxey really makes it tough on the defenders.
First trip to the line for him here. And Grant, one thing we've seen so far with the NBA Cup tournament, it's been an absolute blast for the fans.
Yeah, B.A., it's the ideal way to make games more engaging. Fans love to brag about anything their team does. So in that regard, giving regular season games this extra spice has been a huge success.
Wagner for three. It's hauled in by the Sixers. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
This has been that rare night where they got pretty much anything they wanted offensively.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards. Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. And so here is Orlando. They trail by 11, coming into this, having notched to win against Boston in their last game.
And guys, those road games are never easy. But they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
They were so precise with their execution. They didn't make many mistakes on either end, and that took the crowd out of the game.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He might have seen something he needs to review with his guys. for the Magic. Bane comes in for Black. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Jones. Simmons, the pass to the captain. From downtown, the Sixers with another miss. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. 11-point game. It's off to Detroit after this game, where they will face the Pistons. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Embiid. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Orlando's gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Orlando again missing.
Well, he has yet to put points on the board.
Oh! Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Here's Suggs. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Launches a three. Matase can't hit. The Sixers lead by 13. Oh, nice job, Embiid.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And BA can't afford to keep coming up empty.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Caro's checked in for Batase. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
He's a great example of what a modern big looks like. He's so much more than just a big in the paint, and that versatility is a big part of what makes him such an outstanding player.
Here's Bane, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And what a jam by Bane, using his hops to do some damage at the rim.
In terms of two-way guards, Grant, Desmond Bane is as good as any. What do you see in his game?
Well, just look at him, B.A. Bane is so strong. That really helps him there on the defensive end. And offensively, a lights-out three-point shooter.
Black checked in for Franz Wagner. Gets the three to fall. The captain's got 16 points now.
Another triple for him. His fourth of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, Jalen Suggs is a tone setter for this Magic team, putting his body on the line with his constant activity. Coach Jamal Mosley said, quote, he wears his emotion and his heart on his sleeve. He's pure. There's so much love there. That's why this group is the way it is, because of how he is. Back to you, Brian.
He's a culture setter. Allie, we appreciate the report. Now here's Suggs. And he also played a big role in their last game with Boston. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And we're almost halfway through the group stage. Do coaches start thinking a little bit about how tiebreakers might come into effect here?
You know, maybe. Point differential is the second tiebreaker after head-to-head record. So that might be in the back of their minds. You're going to want to make sure you put up some big numbers in the group stage if you can.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Grimes, he's checked in for Edwards. McCain comes in for Paul George. And it's Lowry in for Ben Simmons. Bane, no good.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Pass to Grimes. Lowry outside. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Banchero. Magic trail by 17. With the step back. Now Bane lets the 3 fly. Hey, he's looking good so far. 4 for 8 from the field.
You got to D up Bane from the corner, or else he'll bury those shots in bunches.
And there's a pick. Here's the captain. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
The Sixers lead by 16. Dunks it down.
I love how he's taking charge out there. Here, offensively, riding the wave.
Suggs surveys the D. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Philadelphia, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. More 2K action in just a moment.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot run. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
It's a good opportunity for them to gain some momentum. On paper, they should win the lion's share of these matchups.
Well, we'll see if they can go on a run, and you're talking Lions. I'm saying they have the horses to do it. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Philadelphia 76ers.
It's classic Showtime. The way they're running the break looks like the 1980s of the Lakers.
And this score reminds you of some of those old Lakers games. What a dominant performance so far. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. They've got Quentin Grimes, also Tyrese Maxey out there, Paul George out there with Joel Embiid, and it's the captain in at the power forward position. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half. Now here's Banchero, 5 to shoot. Suggs outside. From deep three-point land. Rebound by Philadelphia. The captain's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass. They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Orlando with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Back to Carter. He tries for 3. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And then Embiid with the dunk.
You saw the full power of Joel Embiid on display right there. No one was getting in his way.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Let's check out the best NBA teams from the field this season. The 76ers, #1.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Outside Carter, pass to Banchero. Wagner for three. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Carter, good.
Excellent job by Carter Jr. recognizing the situation and getting the shot off in a hurry.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. 90 seconds into the second half now. Pass to Grimes. Here's the captain. The rebound by Carter. Magic trail by 20. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
Oh, got that one up quick. And the 76ers lead by 21.
That make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Wagner outside. Three-pointer. Rejected by George.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys.
The Sixers lead by 21. Here's the captain. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Whatever they said at halftime, it is working. They look super confident out there.
Outside Bain. 4-3. Got a hand on it. And he stays with it. And Carroll with a screen on George. Shot clock at 6. Inside. They've got numbers. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Beautiful lob to Embiid, and he goes right up on time and throws it down.
And so it's Banchero who brings it up for Orlando. 1:51 left in the third quarter. From deep, Bain. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
There's 1:34 left in the third. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Embiid misses. The Magic have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Embiid with a steal. And stolen by Suggs.
Versatility is what Wendell Carter Jr. brings to your squad. He has offensive game both inside and outside. And on the other end, he gets the job done using his size.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one. And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. Then for Orlando, Wagner's checked in for Banchero. Black comes in for Desmond Bain. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Suggs. And it's Lowry penetrating. And it's Lowry with the jam.
A bulky, quick-footed guard. I love when Lowry takes initiative and dives inside.
Jones against Lowry. Wagner outside. Over Drummond. Oh, rejected by Drummond.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Great setup. When you have Simmons' height, it's easier to see the entire floor.
Steps back. Here's Wagner. There's the 3. Orlando again missing. From deep, here's Simmons. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Sixers ahead. just dominating this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. Suggs and Bain team up as the backcourt. Goga Batadze is out there with Wagner, and it's Black in at the 3. Time called here. The 76ers decide to talk it over. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game of the Nets. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. The kick out to Edwards. Here's the 3. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Now Suggs. Pass to Bain. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
And Philadelphia calls time here. One side has dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play. The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Bain, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. To the wing on the left. Black. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's the captain. And the 76ers another 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. go for the Magic. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Bataze. Paolo Banchero comes in for Wagner. And Franz Wagner's subbed in for Black. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Outside Carter. Orlando moving the ball around. Payne surveying the D. From deep, Banchero. Rebound by Philadelphia. The captain's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And in recent years, Legs, we're seeing a lot of young teams having success. Also, depth playing big dividends. What's changed?
Well, I think with today's up-tempo style, more players have to cover more ground. It just makes sense that younger, deeper teams are better equipped to handle all that wear and tear.
Young players seem to be more welcome, too, in the NBA culture.
No doubt. They're going to get an opportunity soon.
Now Philadelphia with it. A nice run going, 12 in a row. And it's Bona missing.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Suggs. Oh, rejected by Drummond. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so, also got the body. So we'll see free throws here. First one falls for him.
And what I like about Suggs is that he does many things well, and that's because he plays with so much confidence.
All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, you know, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
Now here's Banchero. Clock at 6. Carter, good.
This is what makes Banchero a difficult cover. His ability to pass it well in screen and rolls.
And Philadelphia calls time here. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. George feels it out a bit. And he's going for the lob. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. 1:46 left to play in the fourth. Banchero outside. Pass to Carter. Suggs outside. Shot clock at 6. Banchero left side. Puts up a 3. Oh, Simmons with the block. And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still. Orlando with the ball. Payne.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the 76ers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And for the year, this will give them win number 17.
And they have to feel pretty good about themselves, taking the first 2 games of the season between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the captain.
He played big all night, relentless on the glass, just helping his team in the possession battle.
Banchero no good.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Now here's George. Over to the left wing. Here's the captain. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. The captain's got 47 points.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Simmons with a screen on Banchero. And yes, another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. That win brings them to a 3-0 start for the group play stage of the NBA Cup.
And now they're focused on getting a clean sweep over their group before moving on to knockout rounds.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.
Good evening, everyone. This is the fourth and final group stage game for these teams in the NBA Cup. It should be a great one. Kevin Harlan here alongside Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Ali LaForce. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Brooklyn. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where the Nets are, they've been stuck in a rut the entire season. We talk about teams maximizing their potential. Well, the opposite's been the case with this group.
I think for them, it's obviously been very disappointing. And I get the sense it's starting to weigh on them night in and night out.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The captain out there with George. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's Maxey in at the 1. And looking at the Nets, we've got Terrence Mann. Johnson is out there with Demon. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
Here's the captain. The 3 from George. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Taking a look at Brooklyn. They're 2-1 in the group portion of the NBA Cup. A win tonight is vital to advance.
And let's talk a little strategy here. If they're up, they should get greedy. Remember, point differential is a major tiebreaker, so margin of victory matters big time.
And then looking at where Philadelphia stands, how about how they've played in the NBA Cup so far? Undefeated.
Yeah, they have that 3-0 record, and this is the final group stage game. If they can take this one on the road, they're flying into the knockout round.
Here's Demon. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. 5 to shoot. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And this team has been on a very impressive 17-game winning streak. They are red hot right now.
What an absolute joy to watch. This team is playing a beautiful brand of basketball right now. Everything about it. The athleticism, the basketball skill, the intelligence, the heart, the toughness, the commitment. These guys have been extraordinary.
Brooklyn with the ball. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Here's Demon. 17 points in his last outing. Launches it. That one, no good.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Here's Demon. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. To the inside. Here's Turlock, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Keon Johnson did not like that.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Quentin Grimes. And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. The 76ers #1.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Nets trail by 14. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
Well, this is what you want your big to do. Set a quality screen and then be opportunistic on the catch.
And going back a bit, the Nets regaining a lot of their draft picks, Doris, from the Rockets. One of the more interesting trades that we've seen.
Well, they gave away a ton of those picks to acquire James Harden when they believed they had a championship window. And now in recovering them, Brooklyn able to benefit from the draft to try to position themselves for that all-important rebuild.
Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Clowney. Scoreless thus far. Hammond. Now recovering. Johnson for three. It's hauled in by George. Philadelphia leading by 16. The captain passes to Embiid. Fires the three. That shot no good. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to New York. Claxton a screen on Lowry. Demon. Johnson with it. Now defended by Embiid. Man with it. Working on George.
That's just staying with your man, anticipating what he's thinking, and great instincts on the block from Paul George.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Man. And the three off target. Here's the captain. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Embiid the screen. Trains the three-pointer. 14 points for the captain.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the 76ers.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
You've got Wilson. Traoré is out there with Whitehead. Then it's Zaire Williams. And it's Wolf, and at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Nets trail by 21. Here's Traoré. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Wolf. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Wilson. Off target from outside. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Philadelphia. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Traoré can't hit.
Oh, my goodness, those chippies, you come to regret those. That is a good look, and you can't complete it.
Embiid is at the elbow. Wilson grabs the board. And here are the Nets. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans, don't we? Thank you, Allie. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Connie's checked in, and it's Johnson in for Whitehead. Lowry passes to the catch. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And for the Nets, they're shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. Takes a step back. The kick out to Williams. That 3 off the mark. Philadelphia's gotten all but one of their 3-pointers to go down in this game. They've gone 7 of 8 so far.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. The Nets have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Outside Wilson. Will it go? Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to the captain. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Out to the right wing. Here's Demon. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now the 76ers with it. They've gone on a 13-0 run. The captain, no good. It's the Nets now. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
You know what? The stats certainly looked good, but the fact of the matter is they couldn't deliver in the clutch moments, and that's something you've got to figure out moving forward.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Mann comes in for Zaire Williams. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Paul George.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Over in the corner, Claxton. Pass to Clowney. Over in the corner, Claxton. Here's Demon. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get a shot off here.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by the Sixers.
Philadelphia's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Now McCain. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Pass to Demon. 29 seconds left here in the second. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take a shot.
Paul George, Tyrese Maxey.
Here's the captain. The three-pointer is right on target. The captain's got 31. And so it's Philadelphia, able to put on a show for the ages. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Brooklyn Nets.
Poor communication right now. They've been out of sync offensively, and you can feel the frustration building.
Man, they've been taking some wacky shots out there. Looking like Ernie out there.
Hey, easy. I got a J. And guys, we're still in the early parts of this season, but the power rankings are shaping up.
You know, right now for the Nets, they're still at the bottom third of the league. Something will need to change for them to move up in the rankings.
We knew this team would need time to figure things out, and we were right. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Joel Embiid. Paul George is out there with the captain. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot.
Well, you see Quentin Grimes navigate to that coveted corner, and he makes it look easy.
On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Demon. Here's Clowney. Claxton with the steal. Inside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Demon. 5 on the clock. Shoots the three. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And such a valuable guy to this team's rotation. Nick Claxton is important.
You know, Kev, I'll tell you one thing. This guy brings a ton of energy. He's willing to battle for loose balls, for rebounds. On the defensive end, you know he can make an impact. There's incredible length, and I still think a ceiling that he can get to.
Pass to Embiid. It's not going to go for him. Good defense by Claxton. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Johnson. Claxton, the pass to Johnson. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. Over Claxton. Embiid, no good.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Embiid, the screen. Plenty of daylight on that shot. The captain's got 5 points now this quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Man can't hit. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Haven't given up any points here in the second half. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Demon, that's good.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot. A new generation is entering the league, and Draymond Green said, these young dudes talk a lot of mess. I don't mind it at all. It's just weird to be in a space where they're like, man, I watched you my whole life. But then they're also talking crazy, saying, you had your run, you're old now. Kevin, back to you.
Yep, it flips quick, doesn't it? Thank you, Allie. Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by Claxton. The Nets on offense. Johnson attacking, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Changes for Brooklyn. Wilson, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Williams in for Johnson. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Edwards comes in for George. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Quentin Grimes. And it's Lowry in for Maxey. Pass to Demon. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. The captain passes to Edwards. Outside Gordon. Drummond the screen. Here's Tarlock. Knocks down the 3-ball. The captain's got 45 points.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Whitehead's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Demon. Here's Tarlock. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
And the Nets making a change here.
76ers ball.
Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 20-7 run. Wasted no time on that one. The captain's got 51.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Well, there are certain guys you probably don't want to challenge. Andre Drummond sends it back. At some point, does the defense decide we need to send more at him? Because right now he is scoring at will.
And here's Johnson outside, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And with... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Whitehead out there with Johnson. Then it's Williams. And it's Wolf in at the 5, down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Lowry up top. He's guarded by Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And it's Lowry penetrating, and Lowry throws it down.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Williams, tries it from the top of the key, and again, it's the Nets missing.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And the 76ers call time here.
Let's go. Next, please.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. The captain's checked in for the 76ers. Paul George comes in for Kyle Lowry. Simmons the bounce pass. Here's Tarlock. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Edwards got 3 assists in the game.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
That one drops for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Williams. That one's off. Still out of sync.
No matter what looks they get, They just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Johnson, the pass to Whitehead. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Whitehead's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Tarlock. And again.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Paul George with the steal.
Last 2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And a dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Ben Simmons, a guy who will find you if you are open. You love his setup ability.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Outside Wilson. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Whitehead. Launches a three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes. Good! Another from 3.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. Williams inside, defended by George. Clock at 4. Beyond the arc. That one, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go.
And again for 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Simmons passes to the captain. Back to Simmons. Here's the captain. Drummond the screen. Here's Tarlock. Good! Another from 3.
And he's outclassed his own previous record. A new number for the second most single-game triples. Just a master cannoneer.
Firing away and making a little history in the process. What an honor to witness this. What an honor to be here. He is, quite simply, as good as you'll ever see from long range. And again, it's the Nets missing. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This team is still perfect in the NBA Cup, 4-0. They are group winners.
And now as we enter the knockout stage, they're one of my favorites in the Cup. They've played that well.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, the captain.
It's time to introduce the starting 5 for your Philadelphia 76ers. At 6'5", number 5, Quentin. Guarding at small forward. At 6'8", number 8, Paul George. Next guy, 6'3", number 0, Tyrese Maxey. At center, 7 foot, number 21, Joel Embiid. Guarding at the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, 00, DJ. Your Philadelphia 76ers head coach is Nick Nurse. Another round of applause for your Philadelphia 76ers.
Now Atlanta starting 5. Daniels and Risache out on the perimeter. Johnson and Porzingis there inside. And it's Young in at the point. And for Philadelphia, we've got Paul George. Quentin Grimes out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's the captain in at the 4. Like a fast break running downhill, Grant. These two teams have been on a roll lately.
But you know, B.A., tonight only one team can keep that roll going. We'll see who can impose their will on this game and maintain their momentum.
Tip-off goes to Philadelphia. This one for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Johnson. Maxey passes to Embiid. Porzingis grabs the board. And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a three-point game. Here's Daniels, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that
one. Here's the captain, coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Look, forget those long jumpers, Kristaps. Use that size. Rock the rim.
Embiid inside. Defended by Porzingis. 2 points. That one goes.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
It's stolen by Maxey. The pull-up. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. No doubt that a healthy Kristaps Porzingis is still a unicorn for what he can bring to a team. When Atlanta pulled the trigger to bring him in, they envisioned him stretching the floor, and Porzingis has opened up while recovering from the illness that sidelined him during the 2025 NBA playoffs. Guys, the Hawks are hoping he can be the player that helps get them back into the postseason. Their entire 2025-26 regular season hinges on KP.
He's a big factor. All right, Shams, thanks for the update.
How's that for revenge? You know Young is looking to come right back with a triple of his own. He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Count it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Daniels. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Porzingis misses.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Grimes. Counted from distance.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. And so the timeout by Glenn Snyder here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
They won the season series last year, and on paper, it looks like they should do it again.
Changes here for the 76ers. McCain's checked in for Grimes. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Tyrese Maxey. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for Daniels. Outside Johnson. Young against Lowry. Got a piece of it. George finds Embiid. Philadelphia moving it around.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. There was only, let's do this.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Young, the pass to Alexander Walker. To stop the run. And Young, the bucket on the assist by Porzingis. Young's got 6.
It's great to see Young working off the ball. He's got the skill set to flourish in that kind of action.
Nice shot by George.
Outstanding long-range shooting here early. They already have hit multiple shots from downtown.
Lowry against Young. Young missing again. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Drives to the hoop. Here's George. And again, it's Philadelphia.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Hawks trail by 12. Left side, Young. Outside, Porzingis. And a miss there on the triple. George, right side. Pass to the captain. Lets it go from deep. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And so it's the Philadelphia. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Philadelphia?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
Hawks trail by 15. And Atlanta, looking at who they've got. We've got Luke Kennard. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Okongwu in at the center position, locking down the middle. Simmons with the bucket.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, the Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea. He's been making those plays. Ryan, back to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. It's stolen by Maxey. Here we go, one-on-one. And slam dunk by Simmons.
So often Simmons is the one making the pass. This time, he's on the finishing end.
And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. On the wing, Alexander Walker. He's scoreless.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
Hey, fans, bring your attention to center court for your sixth.
make substitutions. And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Hawks getting their last shot to go.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Now here's Young. 6 points for him. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Quarter two and about 2 minutes in. Drummond for three. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
And Daniels gets it to go on the assist by Young. Young's got his third assist of the night. Here's Simmons. Here's the captain. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. The captain's got 19 points.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
He's checked in for Gabe. Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers. The 76ers, number one.
It's one thing to cause turnovers, but the key is turning those takeaways into points. And this team is the best in the league at doing that.
Johnson finds a Kongwu. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Fires the three. Rebound by Philadelphia. And this team is on absolute fire right now. They've won 18 in a row.
There's a lot of players who will say they don't take notice of a budding winning streak. But when it's double digits, everyone knows. Winning streaks are a lot harder than people think because every single team wants to be the one to take you down.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. And that'll put them halfway through a three-game homestand.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Now here's Young. He's got 6. Daniels outside. Pass to Rizachet. 6 on the shot clock. A Kongwu, no good.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's the captain. 19 points in the game. Fires from deep. Good! Another from 3.
For this franchise now, he's hit the most threes in a single season. Unbelievable.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense.
And that's how Simmons is most effective when he's on attack and early in transition.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And a new group getting ready for the Sixers. Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for Edwards. Grimes, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Maxey in for Simmons. Porzingis has checked in for the Hawks. Atlanta has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Back to Daniels. To the inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Oh, stolen by Embiid. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. Rizachet with the ball. Grimes covering. Outside Porzingis. Young from long range. Sinks the tray. Young's got 9.
Continuing to add to his tally with that triple. Now his third of the game.
George sets a screen. The captain pass to Embiid. On target from range. Embiid's got his third bucket of the night.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Pass to Rizachet. Fires the three. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Grimes. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
They already had the momentum going to the break. Now they've got even more of it.
And so it's Philadelphia with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter and dominating. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now, and Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
Where is the rebounding? They're getting pushed around and eaten alive. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's something they need to fix if they want to get back in this game. And during that first half of play, these two leading the way for their respective teams.
I always like these matchups because even though you're not always guarding each other, you're thinking, okay, you did that, now watch me do this.
Just like you and Kenny here in the studio.
Oh, no, you haven't.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. They've got Quentin Grimes. He's out there with Maxey. Paul George out there with Joel Embiid. And it's the captain in at the 4-man position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
George, a screen on Young. 3-pointer Embiid. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Rizachet. Now Porzingis. And that one hits the back iron. George outside. Philadelphia moving it around. The captain, the pass to Embiid, and the foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Here's the captain.
And not only does Johnson have the length, he has the desire too. I mean, it's what makes him a stout defender.
Woo, throw it down, big man. You gotta love seeing Embiid rise up and just throw it down.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. Atlanta is shooting only 39% so far in the game. Back to Young. Pass to Porzingis. Now Young. Shoots over Maxey. Young misses.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
George, a screen on Johnson. From outside the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. The captain's got 25 points.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Outside Porzingis. Outside Rizachet. A shot to stop the run. Here's Johnson, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And this is the kind of pressure Johnson applies to defenses. He puts you in a bind and makes you foul him.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Johnson.
After averaging just about 3 points per game as a rookie, Jalen Johnson has put so much work into his game and has become a very good NBA player.
That one's no good.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Embiid. Good D by Porzingis. Pass to Young. The 3 ball. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Missed inside. The Hawks have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Down low. It's tipped. Johnson for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. The captain's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. 1:53 left in the 3rd. Embiid can't hit.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Pass to Daniels. Porzingis sets a screen. To the middle. Daniels finds Porzingis. The kick out to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Young with the 3. He buries it from 3. Young's got 12 points.
After a tremendous first quarter, 3 trays, he's put in another.
On the take. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Pulls up for 3. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And another one. That's 5 total threes on the night from him so far.
Here's the captain. He's got 25. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. The captain's got 6 here in the quarter. And here's Daniels. 5 points in the game. Johnson for 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
You're keeping the defense honest. Johnson cashes in from the corner.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Rebounded by Daniels. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Puts up a deep 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. The captain's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. It's George on the wing. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
You can't lose track of PG. He is a lethal catch-and-shoot option.
Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Jumps up. Oh, and the dunk by George.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by a mile with a 38-point lead at the end of the period. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And the... Whoa! Nice! What a huge jam!
Gracious!
Big time right there!
Big time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. Outside Young. Well, Richard, we know that coaches will sometimes criticize their team's performance in those post-game press conferences. But where's that line?
Well, I think coaches should always use I. When you say I, and I as the leader of the team, I have to have them prepared ready. I didn't do a good job making sure that I demanded the type of execution. That first always helps.
Substitution here for Philadelphia. So it's Philadelphia now. Here's the captain. Down low. Here's Bona. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
Young finds Okongwu. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
It's time for game 10. We have a dancer.
The 76ers making a switch here.
Everyone, let's hear it for you. Substitution for your 76ers.
George passes to the captain. Puts up a deep three. And it's Paul George with the three.
How do you guard that? When George is hitting from this deep, yeah, you're pretty much helpless.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Johnson a screen on George. Now here's Alexander Walker. George defending. Kennard for three. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Out left to the wing. Here's Grimes. And the 76ers another three.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Kicks it out to Kennard, looking to end the run. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Hits the trifecta.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. To the left side wing. And there's a 3-second violation. And so the NBA draft is now 2 days. How much of a difference do you think that makes, Grant?
You know, I think it shows the increasing importance of second-round picks. With teams up against the cap, they need that cheap depth. And also, it's an opportunity to get TV viewers over 2 days rather than just one.
Tyrese Maxey's checked in for the Sixers.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going through three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
And for Jalen Johnson, a long wing type, going inside is always a good play.
The free throw drops for Johnson. So, Richard, over the last few years, we're seeing the NBA experiment with the format for the All-Star game.
I'm a classic East versus West guy, but the players have to be more competitive. I think that is the best version of the All-Star game we've ever seen.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Here's the captain. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable. And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the 76ers.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand. Connects again from distance.
That last three now ties them for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. Daniels. And there's the rejection. Pass to the captain. George sets a screen. Here's the captain. Off the mark there with a three.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And here's Young. No good. Unable to win this run.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And again for three.
And he shattered the franchise's single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all year long. Daniels outside. Pass to Rizachet. Three-pointer. Doesn't go for him. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about wraps it up.
For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie Laporte, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And time to present our player of the game.
Up next, the Wizards taking on the 76ers. For the Wizards, losing 7 out of their last 10 games has left a bad taste in their mouths. But tonight represents a new beginning, and they want to taste victory once again. Sixers, Wizards, don't leave your seat. We'll be right back. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Thursday, they'll take on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And that game against the Lakers, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And now Washington's starting group. They've got Keyshawn George. Johnson is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Alexander Saw. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. And for Philadelphia, they've got Embiid. Tyrese Maxey out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's George, and it's the captain in at the 4 slot. You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
Back to McCollum from deep. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
Yeah, McCollum is a real danger at the arc. He's an efficient long-range bomber.
Embiid the screen. Bobbed up there for Embiid. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That is great timing on the lob, and Embiid finishes it off.
Washington has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Johnson for 3. Middleton, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Coming in on a 19-game win streak. They're set to achieve something very few teams have ever done. A win tonight would be their 20th win in a row.
Few teams in the history of this league have ever put together a streak like this. And you know what I think? It's going to continue beyond tonight.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wings.
Embiid the screen. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and stolen by Song. Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Cullen passes to Middleton. To the middle. Some solid defense from Maxey.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
McCollum against Maxey. Kicks it out to McCollum. A three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group. Right there, they served it up to Johnson just the way he likes it.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Jared McCain's checked in for Quentin Grimes. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Maxey. And then for Washington, Champagne's checked in. And it's Koulibaly in for Johnson.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Koulibaly. The Wizards working the ball around now. Czar with the screen on Lowry. A 3 from McCollum. Offensive rebound. Now Koulibaly. Champagne off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bounce pass from McCain. The The captain passes to George. The 76ers, another three.
The defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Wizards trail by 10. Here's Middleton, and off the glass. That one's good.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Embiid the screen. The captain passes to Embiid, and it goes down 2 points. Embiid's got his second basket.
How many times have we seen a possession take that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Gets it down to Middleton. On the wing, Koulibaly. No good on the three. Pass to Embiid. In the corner, George with it. For Middleton, and there's Paul George on the assist by Embiid. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by 12. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Cam Whitmore. He's out there with Carlton Carrington. Koulibaly is out there with Bagley. And it's Champagnie in at the power forward. Here's Whitmore. Hits the target from 18 feet. Whitmore's got his first bucket in this one. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Check in for Kyle Lowry. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, the captain.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
From deep, Maxey. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, Maxey is a dead-eye sniper from beyond the arc. The D has to chase him off that line.
Pass to Bagley. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Here's the captain. Oubre for 3. The rebound by Champagnie. And, Tim, I think it's safe to say that Kelly Oubre is an eccentric guy.
Well, Kevin, he's got the tattoos, the painted fingernails, certainly not afraid to express himself stylistically. And in this league, if you can play, well, the dress code is flexible.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Drummond passes to the captain. Back to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
And Brian Keith wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So, Greg, in 2021, the NBA creating the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. It's so great to recognize the work that's being done by so many NBA players.
It does, Kevin. And these players who are not just giving back, but giving a voice to the less fortunate and trying to shape policy towards justice and equality.
Outside, Simmons. Back to Drummond. Pass to the captain. And here's Maxey outside. Drills it from outside. Maxey's got 9.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. McCollum
kicks to Johnson. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
We look at the captain sitting at the top of the heap. Looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got the goods, no doubt about it. The hops are incredible, and we'll just have to see what sort of creativity he can apply.
So there you go, and as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
Fires for three. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. It's important to focus on what matters. All-star and multiple champion Draymond Green said winning has taken a backseat nowadays with a lot of these kids. They care about all the wrong things. I hope they understand that this league is about winning games at the end of the day. Guys, back over to you.
It's all about results. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
McCain's shot is off. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
Really tough loss in overtime in that last game. It took a lot out of them. I'm curious to see how they respond in this one.
And the shot is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The Wizards working the ball around now. George finds Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Defending Johnson, you know he's wired to score, so sometimes you can get a little too aggressive against him.
And the 76ers with some changes. George comes in for Jared McCain. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Embiid the screen. Lets it go from deep. And Tyrese Maxey with the 3. Maxey's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Here's Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
Not many 7-footers move in space like Sarr, although one does come to mind.
Embiid with a screen on George to the paint. Embiid, no good. Wizards have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And it's George missing.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
There's the triple. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep beating him. That's just great coaching.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Philadelphia ahead, running away with it. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan.
They are just racking up the assists right now, playing for one another. Man, this is great.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep up this.
Okay, switching gears. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings thus far.
Taking a look here now at the 76ers.
And that's all for us. Now it's time.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
We've got Maxey, the captain, out there with George. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Middleton the pass to Sarr. McCollum outside. Here's the teardrop. The shot's good on the assist by George. McCollum's got his second bucket tonight.
And such a clever score. McCollum can unleash the floater, the pull-up. He's got it all. That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Johnson surveying the floor. Over Grimes. A shot by Johnson, no good.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
And you talk about physical dominance combined with skill. Tim, at his peak, where does Joel Embiid rank?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure we've ever seen a 7-footer with this combination of power and three-point shooting touch. Injuries really are the only things that have slowed him down.
Stolen by George. Johnson outside. Pass to George. For 3, Middleton. Excellent D there from George.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
Wizards have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. McCollum dishes to Johnson. Down low. Outside for George. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
George with no one around. And the 3-ball is good. George has got 11 points.
This is the second half start they were hoping for. 4 straight field goals out of the gate.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The captain with the bucket.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Johnson outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The Wizards working the ball around now. McCollum, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Grimes. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. Middleton outside. Outside, George. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to George. Can they get it? And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The captain's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Embiid with the screen on George. The captain with the bucket.
Well, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Tarlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Cullen passes to Sarr. Johnson left side. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, great job converting through contact. Johnson needs to keep doing this moving forward. It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Sarr's shot is off. Pass to Grimes. And taken away by Johnson. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. 76ers ahead, opening up a huge gap. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, so impressive for a big guy to make a find like a guard.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. Carlton Carrington is out there with McCollum. Then it's Bagley. And it's Champagnie in at the four-man position. Timeout called the 76ers.
We got Dirk, Fraser. Who wants them? Get up. Here comes the t-shirt on your fit.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Bonus checked in, and the captain subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. They set the pick. Connects again from distance. He buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Up top, Bagley. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. For three, Oubre. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Pass to Carrington. Off target with his three. Philadelphia's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. A three from McCollum. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Back to McCain. And another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. 11 feet away. McCollum, no good. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 14-4 run. Pass to the captain. Oubre for three. Another three for Philadelphia.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And all of that success from the three-point line will open up driving lanes. Let's see if they can take advantage of that as well.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's the captain. Jacks up a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The captain's got 39.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Pass to Coulibaly. Now here's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. You kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the captain.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years, but nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time.
Wizards passing it around. McCollum outside. Can they get it? Sinks the triple.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the captain. Pass to Drummond. Another possession, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Now here's McCollum. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And he can't get the first
one. For Washington, Sarr taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Timeout called the 76ers. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And a surprising timeout here with the game in the bag.
Yeah, well, obviously the coach sees something he doesn't like.
And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, the captain.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, the captain.